Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Electric Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video guys, this video is going to be about the manifestation technique SATS, which in other words stands for state akin to sleep, okay? So it's actually funny because I always knew about SATS, but I didn't actually dive into it until I watched Rita Kaminsky's video on SATS, which did help me a lot to actually start doing it for myself. And I'm telling you guys, like after I started doing it, things have been changing, but of course for the better always. And so I'm here today to let you guys know as well how to use SATS to your advantage so that you're able to manifest whatever you want, which we already knew that you could regardless, but to manifest whatever you want at the pace that you want it, whatever, like literally all the stuff that you want just by visualizing it to sleep, okay? So just like it says within the name itself, SATS, state akin to sleep, you're going to be meditating on that desire. Not even meditating though, it's more of like a visualization technique, like I said, which is also meditation, but I'm not going to focus on the meditative part. I'm going to focus on the fact that you are visualizing yourself being one with that desire right here, right now. That is the whole thing with state akin to sleep. It is the best thing in the world to understand that falling asleep with your desire in your mind, held in your body and your soul, where you know that this is the truth, will be something that will manifest for you the same second that you say so, because you are literally putting yourself into the energy of having that thing. It's basically a technique to switch your state from I don't have this thing to I do have this thing by visualizing it while you fall asleep, because it is very often said that when you are falling asleep, it is the best time for you to be visualizing, meditating, manifesting, whatever it is that you want, like consciously speaking, because while you are falling asleep, your subconscious is pretty much open to everything, which is also why a lot of people listen to subliminals while they are falling asleep or while they are asleep. It's because their subconscious is literally eating it up. You're not consciously awake to fight that thing. You're not there to say, no, it's not gonna work, you know, all that stuff, because at the end of it all, even if you are manifesting whatever it is that you are manifesting, if you're telling yourself that you can't have that thing, like no shit, you're literally working against your desire. But with this technique right here, you are letting yourself fall into the energy of having it, so there's no room for any kind of victimization or I can't do this or blah blah blah, because your subconscious is doing all the work for you. And you would be very pleasantly surprised to see just how much your subconscious is willing to work with you. Of course it is, because this is your life, your reality, you deserve the best, all that stuff, and so everything is going to work out in your favor because you're allowing it to. Best part about it. But alright guys, let's hop straight into the video so that we can get to talking about SATS, the technique that I now use to my advantage because it is so easy to use. I love it so much, and it really does help you get into that state of mind to understanding that you do have what you want right now. Like it's all done for you right here, right now. We love that for you more than anything. But alright my love, so the first things first when it comes to SATS, like I said, it is about visualization. So there's a multitude of different ways that you can go about this in the way that you're actually able to calm down and relax and visualize having these desires right now. I understand that some people do have a lot of trouble meditating, like in general getting into that meditative position where you're able to really visualize what it is that you're doing. I need y'all to understand that this does not have to be a difficult thing at all. It's not complicated, it's not any of that sort, because it's literally just not. It is a very very easy thing to do, and that's why I also said it's like separated to me about meditation and visualization, because to me meditation doesn't really take place while you're falling asleep, although it can count as the same thing. Visualizing on the other hand, you are just visualizing like anything that you would be thinking about when you go to sleep. Instead of thinking about what you're gonna do tomorrow, how today was, blah blah blah, focus on the desire that you do want, okay? So let's say for example that you are manifesting an SP and you really want this person, and each and every single day you say, what's gonna happen next, what's gonna happen next, what can I do to make this happen, whatever. Before you take it upon yourself to sit down and start worrying about all the multitudes of ways that this can or cannot work out, whatever, take it upon yourself instead to lay back and to start visualizing you actually being with this person. You do not have to go into great detail. You don't have to sit here and visualize y'all getting married and what you want at the end of it all. You can simply visualize even a text, like whatever makes you happiest in that moment and makes it feel most realistic to you, whatever it is, visualize it, okay? If it's a date, visualize you guys going on the date. Whatever makes you happiest, go ahead and do that. But I am gonna say one thing. While you are visualizing what it is that you're doing, please do not tell yourself that this is unrealistic. Do not tell yourself that you're lying to yourself. Do not tell yourself, it'll never happen. No, let yourself feel what it is that you're seeing in that moment. That is the key to this entire thing. That's basically what you have to do, okay? That's the entire method here. Just visualizing that you do have what you want right now and not fighting it, okay? So again, you're gonna be falling asleep to this because you are in that position where you're able to easily visualize all of your desires or whatever it is that you are intending to visualize in that moment, okay? You're falling asleep to seeing you and your SP out on an ice cream date. You don't have to sit there and be like, I got Rocky Road and he got mint chip. If you want to do that, you can. can, but it is not a necessity for those who feel like this is a little complicated in the way that they don't know if they should overcomplicate it. You do not have to overcomplicate this. You do not have to add any kind of detail that you don't want to be adding to it, but it is as easy as just laying back, visualizing you guys on that ice cream date, looking at that person in your visualization and thinking to yourself, I'm so happy we're together. Oh my God, it feels so good to be here. I'm so happy, like feeling what you feel. What do you feel? What do you feel when you visualize you and your SP out on this ice cream date together? Does it feel like everything you've ever wanted? Does it feel like, oh my God, I can't believe that we're here. I'm so happy. Does it feel like, no shit, we'd be here. I already knew that. What does it feel like to you in the best way possible? Do not focus on the negatives. There are no negatives here. What do you feel in the way that it is helping you? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel confident? Do you feel good? Let yourself feel those feelings and understand that what you are feeling in that moment while you are visualizing this stuff to sleep is the fact that it is already done. Like, that is the whole thing. It is already done. The same second that you saw it, babe, the same second that you saw it, it was already done for you. How unbelievably blessed can you feel even more than this? Like, you are so fucking blessed because it is dead as done in that same moment. Like, in that moment, it is done. It's not a lie. It's not fake. You're not gonna wake up the next morning saying, but that didn't happen. No, bitch, you're gonna keep it inside of you. You're gonna hold that with you because that is the whole point here. You visualizing yourself having what you want while you are falling asleep is ensuring the fact that it is being instilled within your system, in your subconscious, in the fact that it is actually done right here, right now. Which is why a lot of people, after using this technique, they usually feel like, okay, this is actually done in my favor. They wake up the next day not feeling so hopeless anymore. They wake up feeling more hopeful, like, okay, wait, I think I can actually do this. I think we really are on that ice cream date. Like, we can really get there, kind of thing. You start to feel like you can actually do this shit as opposed to fighting yourself, telling yourself that you cannot, when we both damn well know that you absolutely can. And the other best part about this is that it literally ends up translating into your physical reality. So you do end up going on that date, you end up doing what it is that you want to do with that person because you're not overcomplicating it, you're not overthinking it, you're not contradicting it, you're not doing anything that you know you shouldn't be doing because you want to make this as easy and as possible and as capable and as limitless and empowered as you want it to be. You visualizing that person with you, that is all that you need. And like I said, you're going to wake up the next morning knowing in your heart and your soul that this is actually what ended up happening for you because it literally did. It literally did. It literally did because you saw it for yourself and that's it. That is how easy it is to use SATs to your advantage, and that is how blessed you will come out at the very end of it all because you are implementing that for yourself. Upon you doing things like this where you're implementing it, you see it, blah, 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 some people feel like they do need to do this technique a few times over. Like, some people do this for, let's say, 2 weeks straight, and then they get their desire. You know, it's different for everybody. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you have to do it for 2 weeks straight or 3 weeks straight or whatever else. Like, you don't have to do any of this stuff for however long that you think that you should be. You just have to do it for as long as you think that you should be doing it for. There are no limits to this at all because the same second that you visualized it, you just have to know that it's done. You also do not have to add any kind of details, like I said, where you're smelling this and that and blah, 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 because I just need you all to remember and realize how simple this is and how simple it can remain. If you claim that you guys are on this ice cream date together, you absolutely are. The same thing goes for anything else. You can visualize yourself receiving a sum load amount of money, like a bunch of money. Visualize that falling asleep, okay? Fall asleep to you logging into your bank account to see how much money you have. Oh my God, I have so much fucking money. How do you feel? Do you feel gratitude? Do you feel thankful? Do you feel like, of course I would have this much money? How do you feel? Focus on how you feel. Let it consume you in the positive way where you understand that this is actually your reality. The money did come. It is here. It is here. It is here. Do not spend every waking moment though wondering about where it is, what's happening, what's this and that. You have to understand that you trusting what you feel alone while you are falling asleep into your SATS position is going to be enough to make it happen for you, okay? This is not a complicated thing. This is actually a very, very simple thing because I'm going to tell you guys that for myself, when I was using SATs, well, I do use SATs, like not every day, but whenever I feel like using it, I will use it to my advantage in the way where I will just visualize myself having something, okay? I'll visualize myself doing something, having something, being something, whatever, and then I will just fall asleep with that energy in my heart. You wake up the next day and your thoughts are somehow different. Like personally for me, I always woke up the next day feeling like I could really take on the world. Like, okay, I'm really empowered. I really can do this. I'm I'm really on top of my shit, all that stuff, and that absolutely nothing can take you away from that because you are so beyond any kind of limit that is going to try to keep you in that single place. It's basically like subconscious rewiring without even realizing that you are rewiring your subconscious, because at one point you went from visualizing you having no money, having no SP, having nothing, to having everything, and you having everything is worth a million times more than you having nothing, because you know that by choice you can't have it all. Additionally, from this, one of the other amazing things is the fact that no matter what it is that you are visualizing, you know that you can have it all. So even if it is an opportunity, like you want to manifest going on a trip somewhere, or you want to manifest someone saying something to you, simply visualize them saying that thing to you. Simply visualize them coming up to you, offering a trip, doing this, or maybe like you end up going on a trip for free. Whatever it is that you want to make work in your favor, visualize the scenario to work in your favor in that way. If you have some trouble visualizing in general, or like you cannot get into that meditative position where you're able to intentionally visualize what you want to visualize, do remember to take it easy and slow. I know for some people have fallen asleep the first few nights. That has happened. I've seen it. Some people will be like, oh, I've tried, but I keep falling asleep. That's completely okay. Falling asleep does happen. But I will say that if you are one of those people who are falling asleep while using sats, that you should really try to get yourself into a position where you do feel very tired and you know that you are drowsy enough to fall asleep, but that you are still awake enough to actually visualize without you falling asleep. It is okay for you to fall asleep mid-visualization. If you visualize you and your SP out on that ice cream date and you fall asleep right before y'all kiss, like that is okay. The whole point is that you were intending that, so it will still manifest for you and it will still translate. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You just have to know that it's still working out, okay? Like the most important thing here is to please not be too strict on yourself about this. I'm gonna really emphasize that because I do not want you guys to think that you have to stress yourself out over this and that you have to be super specific. I know I said this earlier, but I'm saying it again because some people really do worry about this kind of stuff. Like remember, you're not visualizing or manifesting from a desperate energy. You are a very strong-minded person, and you being as strong-minded as you are requires that you are focusing on the desires that you have at hand. Like you're not going to be focusing on the ways that you have to get there. What do I have to do? What's next? What's this? What's that? Like stop fucking thinking so hard. If you're thinking that hard, you gotta stop, because SATS is too damn easy to use. It's just all about knowing that everything that you see within your heart and your soul is everything that you have already. Like you already have these things because you have already manifested them. There is no separation between you and that desire. There's nothing here telling you that you can't have what you want. There's nothing here holding you back from having what you want. There's nothing here that is ever going to tell you that you are not capable of manifesting that thing. Even if you think that it's unrealistic, no, it's not. That is what the visualization is for, so that you can help yourself see just how realistic it feels. And I'm gonna tell you, like personally speaking as well with this, there were times that I thought that some things were unrealistic for me. Like I was like, okay, I don't think I can do this and blah, blah, blah. And even before I knew what the whole SATS technique thing was, I used to just visualize falling asleep, not knowing that it was SATS, but I would do that and it would help me understand that, okay, like the things that I thought were impossible are actually possible because I can see myself doing it. That is the whole key here, to letting yourself understand and to see that these things are really possible for you. You don't have to sit here and to feel like a victim in a world where you're not even trying to visualize yourself having those things. Like let yourself see yourself have these things. See how amazing it feels to have that person, to be as successful as you are, to do what you want to do. Like anything that you are visualizing for yourself, understand that it is all working out for you right in this very moment. How liberating is that? It is the most liberating thing in the world because nothing can hold you down to anything. And another side note is that if you do have problems, like if you feel like you have a little bit of an issue getting yourself to actually visualize or getting to that position where you're able to just do this, don't hesitate to look up guided meditations on YouTube so that you can intentionally visualize your desires in your favor. There are a bunch of SATS guided meditation videos on YouTube. Like if you want to go see what works for you, go ahead and search it up and do it for yourself, because I know that I've used quite a few of those as well just to get myself into focusing and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, like, it's worked for me, and if it's worked for me, I know that it will work for you as well, because it really is so simple. There's nothing complicated about this. And I'm gonna tell you, like, if you're telling me that you can't do this unless you actually have aphantasia or something else, if you're telling me though that by choice you will not do this or that you cannot do this, I'm just going to assume that you don't want your desires as much as you say that you do, because if you really wanted them bad enough, you are going to do what you have to do to make them happen. It requires self-discipline, persistency, going ham on the fact that you do have it all. Like everything that you want, you have to make happen for yourself. No one is gonna sit here and force you to go into SAT so that you can make this happen, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely not. Nobody's gonna do that, because you are the person who has to make it happen for you. It's all about you. It's all about you. This entire thing is all about you. And besides that, you being the most powerful person, like why the fuck would you not be able to manifest it all? Like if you want to sit here and visualize you having it all, you don't even have to be falling asleep to this. Like I'm telling you, even though it is sad, stay akin to sleep, like if you do want to take a nap with this, you absolutely can. Or if you want to dedicate your daydreaming to this, you can also do that. It's all about the state of mind so that your subconscious can absorb what it is that you are visualizing. Do not be too strict about this though and thinking like, oh, I have to do this at night only. No, again, nap time, daydreaming, or even when you wake up in the morning, that's another great time to do this, because in the morning is also when you're very drowsy and your subconscious is still very open. So you are free as well to do this in the morning, which I also do as well. It does help out a lot. You can't give up on what you want, and you need to be stubborn enough to get up and to make it happen. If you want to do it all, you got to get up and make it happen. If you want to get what you want to get, you got to get up and make it happen. If you want to visualize what you want to visualize and then know that it's real, you got to do that for yourself. And what better way than to use SATs? I'm telling you guys how easy this is, and if it was easy for me, which it definitely was, like, this is high key probably my favorite technique, because I don't use techniques within the law of assumption or manifestation in general, but SATs right here I think is my favorite because I love to visualize, and I'm always thinking before I fall asleep anyway, so I might as well dedicate my thinking time to just visualizing that I have everything that I want right now. At the end of it all, it's too easy to use though, and if you're not using it, you better bitch, because you know better than that. You know better than to settle. You know the best. You can do this, period. That's it. You can do this, period. And so you absolutely will, and I could not be more excited for you. It's going to be fucking amazing knowing that you already have it all right here, right now, because you said so, and that's it. So make it happen for you, my love. Use SATs to your advantage. Go ahead, start visualizing, start filling that shit up, start knowing that it's already done in your favor, because it absolutely is, and live your best life known to man, because you can, because you're capable, because this is the only thing that's meant for you, the best of the best. That's it. But all right, my love, I'm gonna leave y'all with that so that y'all can use this to your advantage. Yes, use it right before bed, and then come back and tell me about it. Tell me how it went for you, what you manifested with this, because trust me guys, you will be manifesting. You will be manifesting upside down, left and right, but we already knew that though. We already knew that. But all right, my love, that's basically it for my video today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you out to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, come on, like, you're not gonna sit here and settle for shit. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that by choice you're not going to visualize because what? Because you're thinking about what you're gonna eat tomorrow? Because you're thinking about what you ate yesterday? Because you're thinking about that boy in your class? Bitch, instead of thinking about him, why don't you think about y'all together? Like, make this work in your favor. If you want to receive that check is already here. It's already yours. If you want to receive the success is already yours. If you want the job is already yours. Everything that you want, you have to understand that it is already yours, and you visualizing it all is you implementing further the fact that it is already done right here, right now. Upon using SATs, I will also say that it is a very freeing feeling knowing that everything that you are visualizing, you are already one with. I think that's also a very important point to make here, is understanding that you are not separate from these things. I know I said this once in this video already, but like, I'm gonna get a little bit more into it. I do not ever want you guys to feel like you are separate from the desires that you are visualizing for yourself, because the feelings that you're feeling, they are real for a reason. They're there for a reason. It's because you are actually experiencing that thing in that moment. You're experiencing that thing in the 3D. You're experiencing that thing in the 4D. Like, everywhere, it's already done right here, right now. It's already fucking done. And as you are visualizing these things, again, make sure to work with yourself. Don't tell yourself it's not real, it's not gonna happen, it's not possible, blah, blah. Like, yes, it is. It has already happened. It's already here. It's done. It's dead ass done. It's done. It's done. You see, you can keep this as simple as you want it to be, because there's nothing to overcomplicate. If you say that it's done, who is going to tell you that it's not? Nobody else but yourself. So make sure to work with yourself. Don't work against yourself, work with yourself, so that you just know, okay, yes, I do have it, I do have it, I do have it, I see it, I feel it, I know, that's it. Because a lot of times I feel like one of the biggest things that people are missing when it comes to manifestation, not necessarily missing, like, no one needs to do this or anything like that, but I do feel like for those who do feel like they can't have their desires, or that it's hard to have, or whatever else, the reason that they feel that way is probably because they just feel like they can't have it. They feel like that person doesn't want them, the money doesn't want them, that these people are not going to work in favor of what they want, when at the end of it all, it is still a choice to make. If you decide that these people do want you and that these things are still working out for you, they very much will. So that's why you feeling it, feeling like it is real and feeling like it is done, is going to be so beneficial for you. It's because you feel it, like, you know that it is done. You know it, like, you feel it, my love. You know that it's done. No one can tell you no, or you know it's a fucking yes. You feel me? If you keep your hopes up in this way, in the way that you know that everything that you are visualizing, it is real, it is real, it is real, it is real. That's all. It is real. It is real. It is the realest thing you've ever seen. It is the realest thing that has ever crossed your path, ever crossed your life, everything, because the deadass is real. So at the end of this all, angels, if y'all want to use SATs to your advantage, please do so. Please, please, please. I'm gonna ask y'all to please use it. Just test it out, like, do whatever. I don't really like to put a lot of techniques onto y'all, like, do this, do this, do this, but I feel like this is so fucking easy. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy not to do do it, so why not do it? Just make your visualizations work in your favor. If you know that you can, which we both know that you can, feel free to do that. And let all of your wildest dreams and fantasies and all this other bullshit come to life because you know that you can. Just for the simple reason that visualization is real, it proves to us that this entire thing is capable of being manifested in our favors. Just make sure that the sky is not the limit, that not even the stars are the limit. Like, beyond all that BS, everything, you are past it. You are limitless. Anything you want is yours. The dialogue in the visualization isn't important. The only thing that is important is that you are visualizing, period. Feel it all the way through, carry those good feelings with you, and change your life for the better, because you can do this. I believe in you. I know that you can do this, and I cannot wait to hear about your guys' results, because I know that it's going to help benefit you all in the very best way possible. Y'all can do this though. I promise you guys that. Promise. But alright, my love, again, thank y'all so much for watching my video. May God bless you always. Please take care, everybody. And go on, my love, use sats to your advantage. The fuck you sitting here wasting your time on what? If you want to get what you want at the quickest rate possible, why not visualize yourself already having it? If you visualize yourself having it, who is to say that that is not literally you right here, right now, already experiencing that thing in the 3D? Like, that is dead ass you, okay? Whether you believe it or not, you don't have to believe this shit, because your visualization is going to show you why you should believe that shit, but you will see. Because that feeling that you feel while you are visualizing it, you need to understand that it is real. It is done. It is already here. It is everything that you want it to be. It is the only reality. It is the only life for you. It is everything that you've ever wanted in anything. Because upon you visualizing, you are simply implementing that these things that you say are the truth are the truth. It is an implemented fact now. No one has the power to tell you no where you know it's a yes. No one has the power to tell you anything else unless it is exactly what you want to hear for yourself. If you know that it is what you want to hear, and it is what you want to see, and it is what you want to visualize, and it is what you want to whatever, then take it on with you, carry it on with you, and let this be the only reality for you, because there's no need for you to settle for anything else. This is not a life for you to be sitting around and feeling bad and this and that, bitch. Get to visualizing. If you don't like to affirm and you want to get into that state by visualizing that state and then staying there the next morning when you wake up. You're gonna feel like $1 million because you already are $1 million. It is already done. No better feeling than that. Take that feeling with you though. That is the most important thing. Take that feeling that you feel while you're visualizing on with you for the rest of your life, so that you know that this is the truth, and you will be very happy to see how quickly you will manifest what you want, because your state has already translated everything for you. You can't go wrong where you choose to go right, so go right, bitch. You know that you can do this, so do it. No questions asked. None. Y'all got this though. Keep visualizing. Y'all got it. Bye. You manifestation legends, what are you doing? If you're not using sats, what are you doing? What are you thinking about when you go to sleep? What do you visualize when you wake up? Like, what are you doing? If you're gonna do anything, you better be making this shit work in your favor, because there's no reason to be thinking about anything other than your wonderful desires already being manifested in your favor right here, right now. You gotta assume that everything in this world is working in favor of you. Like, all of it, the entire thing, all of it. It is not something for you to sit around and feel bad for yourself with, and oh my god, no, absolutely not. We're not gonna settle with that shit. Because we both know that you are fully capable of manifesting everything that you want right here, right now, because you said so, and that's it. If you know that you have the power to make it all happen, visualize yourself making it all happen. Visualize yourself being happy, being successful, being rich, being with the person, being with this, having this, I don't care what it is. Just visualize yourself having it, doing it, and being it, so that you can actually see it translate into your physical reality for you. Why do you have to think about anything else? You don't. Do you have to entertain the bullshit? Absolutely not. Would you rather you sit here and visualize you having it all, or sit here and worry about how you don't have it all? Which in other words translates to you visualizing you not having it all. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta work in favor of you. So if you want the shit to work for you, you have to make it work for you. You have the power to make it happen. It's all within you. I know that you can do this, but you yourself have to know just as much as I do. So get to visualizing, get to sats, use state akin to sleep to your advantage, so that you can see yourself have the entire world, and so that you can actually manifest you having the entire world, because it is already done right now. But sometimes you need a little bit of that push to really let you understand that it is done right now, which is okay, but so then get to it so that you can really fucking know this shit, because you absolutely do. There are no limits, no limits, no limits, no nothing. Don't want to hear a single word. Just keep visualizing, keep knowing this shit, keep going. You can do this. I believe in you. I know that you can do this. You got this. Promise you that. Keep visualizing. It's all working out in your favor right here, right now, period.